Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a get ready with me in terms of what I wear on my face on a day-to-day basis to survive the Bali heat. Apologies for the lighting around here, it's a little bit dodgy. I'm in a hotel bathroom and I've got a fan going, so yeah, it's a little bit complicated to set up and film in a hotel room. Aside from that, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. It's below and it'll be flashing on your screen as well. So hopefully you guys can give this a thumbs up. So let's begin, I guess. Quickly, just wanted to take a look at my setup now in terms of how I set my makeup out. I'm in a hotel, so obviously this is not my full collection of makeup. I'm just put a selected few things out and brought a selected few things with me. So even there's more stuff I have, but I just haven't placed it out. So I'm just going to quickly show you what it looks like. So yeah, that is my makeup setup. There are a fair few things. There's a lot of things for night as well. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Hopefully I'm in focus again. That was a bit awkward. Okay, so let's actually get into what I put on my face. So I've just come back from being on the bike and I've obviously washed my face this morning, so that's fine. So I generally start with some moisturizer. So the first thing I do is use the ordinary hyaluronic acid. I don't know whether you can see this, but this is what I use at the moment. So I put a few drops on my face. This. Nothing too much, because I think you don't want to become sticky, do you? And I pat it into my face, like so. So obviously, I put it down my neck. Hyaluronic acid is in a lot of other products. I like the ordinary one because I feel like it is a pure form of it. And I don't like other scents and things necessarily with my moisturizer, so this is perfect for that. So pat it into the face, done. So the next step I take is I take a bit of moisturizer. Now I know I said I didn't like anything that had a strong smell. This has a very strong, sweet, fruity smell to it. It's the Glam Glow Glow Starter. It's very sweet smelling, but I really like it because it actually has some color to it. It's an illuminating moisturizer. I don't know if you can see that there. And yeah, it's wonderful on the skin. So it's like this color for me. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I'll put there the pinky color. I think I've got the nude glow. That's why it's that pinky nude color. So what I do is, it's in the cap. I take a few bits and I pat it onto my skin. I don't put too much on because I've already had the pure hyaluronic acid from the ordinary, and I wipe this into my face. Down my neck, maybe a bit more. So I put that away, that's done. Then, last for prepping the skin is my primer. So at the moment I'm using the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I think this is lovely, it's silicone free. It's really nice on the skin. It actually feels moisturizing rather than too tacky. I know some people really like it tacky because then the makeup really sits on top of it, but I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I feel like my skin needs to be nourished, and this is what does it. So I quite like this, yes. Okay, so 1.5 pumps. Then I just rub it in and I just take that all over my face and down the neck, of course. That is my skin prepped. So I really do spend a lot of time prepping the skin before I put on any makeup. So I let that little sink in for a little bit before I begin the next step, which is foundation. So currently in terms of foundation, I didn't bring a whole lot with me to this hotel, so you know, I'm limited into what I usually have. So at the moment, I'm using the Ordinary Colors Serum Foundation. Can you see that? It is a gorgeous, lightweight foundation. In this heat, I would not recommend using anything too matte or heavy. I feel like you need dewiness and lightness because you do sweat a lot here. No matter how well you set your makeup, you are going to sweat. and the heat at the moment, it's about 12:30 here in Bali. It's hot, so you don't want to wear anything too heavy, and I find the Ordinary Serum Foundation is really, really good for that, and you don't need too much product. This is quite, you can hear it, it's a bit liquidy, so that's good. I am, as I said in my favorites video, I have chosen two colors. So I have chosen 2.1p, which is the pink undertones, and 2.1 yellow, which is the yellow undertones. I feel like if I just use the yellow one, I would be too yellow. I already have yellow undertones in my skin, and I think the pink one and this one mixed together is perfect match for me. They're affordable, so I could do this and buy two of them. So I give the foundations a good shake. Hey, shake, shake, shake. Alright, so now I take my, is it the Zoeva buffer brush in 104. This is probably my go-to foundation brush for a long time. I got it in a set and it came in a beautiful, beautiful pouch that I ended up wrecking, using that as my makeup bag every day. So I had to throw it away, but obviously the brushes are beautiful and it's in this lovely rose gold tint, so awesome. So I first take the 2.1 yellow and I put 1-2 pumps. I don't want to use a whole lot, and then I take the 2.1p and 2 pumps. Okay. So I'm going to use a smaller mirror as well to do this because, you know, I can't actually see my full-size mirror because I'm sitting down. So what I do is I put some on my face, I just push it in, and then I start buffing it into the skin. Now this is very, very fluid and liquidy, so you've got to be careful because it does, don't put too much on because then you just end up with all this liquid. And particularly in this heat, like I find that I can't, my makeup will start to even drip a little bit when I'm doing it. So I'm just going to be very careful that I don't like put too much on at one time. I can always build up. And I'm pretty light, like I'm not putting too much on. There was 2 pumps of each. I don't know if that's too much, maybe it is. It's just what I feel comfortable with. And then I can go back and fill in anything later. My skin has been not very great the last couple of weeks, so I feel like this is the best time. It's covering to show you how I do my makeup. I'll take a bit more of a 2.1p, put maybe half a pump. There we go. And then let's go back in and see if we find anything. I love this foundation. It's such a beautiful finish. So I'm super happy. That's the foundation done. Voila! So my face is looking a lot more evened out, the skin tone, and a lot more fresh, I feel. So the next step I do concealer. So let me get my beauty blender. This is a Real Techniques mini one. It's got the sharp edge and it's already damp. I've already prepared myself. And then I take the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Mine is in medium 1 custard. It's such a beautiful matte concealer. And some people don't like using it under the eyes because it's too matte, but I find it's okay. And I'm going to layer it with a brightening concealer on top, so it's not going to be too matte. So I take my damp beauty blender and stick it inside, if you can see there. And then I get my mirror back out. And I just pat it underneath the eye. And I take some around my eyebrows, because when I do my eyebrows, I like to give it a fair bit of definition. Take some under my nose. I find that the sides of my nose get a lot of dryness and redness, so that's where I would like to conceal. See that? And then I've got some blemishes down here. I was telling you I was not having the greatest of skin days, so that is why I am going to cover that. And this is good for covering blemishes as well. So that is my NARS Matte Concealer, and as I said, I will go in with a brightening concealer as well. So at the moment I'm using the Benefit Boing Brightening Concealer. I'm using it in number 2. This is fabulous. They released all their concealers again, and they've got like matte concealers as well, and this brightening one, which I am a fan of. The reason I didn't buy the matte one, I think, is because I already have the NARS one, and I feel like I have creamy concealers, I have matte concealers, and I haven't had a brightening one in my collection, so this is perfect for this. So, with the brightening concealer, I actually take my finger and dip it in. I've got super long nails at the moment, so I ended up usually getting a whole lot of product under my nails. So I take my mirror and then I pat it under my eyes. And you can see right away I'm getting a brightening consistency. Oh, sweating already. See, that's what happens in Bali, you sweat already. Perfect. But I'll set everything and then it'll be more matte later. I'll get some more product for the other eye. And then I'll place it right and do the same thing. Pat under the eye. Right there. You see there, it's a little bit brighter, more concealed of my darkness around there. Next step is powder. So I've got my Chanel Le Beige powder in number 50, and I'll set my under eye as well as my T-zone, where I'm potentially going to sweat out the most. So if I open it, it comes with a beautiful little brush, so I actually carry this in whoops. So I use my next brush, which is a Zoeva powder polish in 107. So this is a really densely packed brush and is really good for powder. Obviously it says powder polish, so tap off any. So I take a little bit there, and then I actually just set it under my eyes, my chin, my nose, and also my forehead. I'm actually going to go in with bronzer. So at the moment I've got the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer. It's a universal bronzing shade, and it's a cream-based bronzer. So I find this is perfect for here. Nothing too over the top because I'm going to contour a little bit. So you don't want it to be too streaky on the face here. And because you're going to sweat a little bit, yeah, it's just too difficult to put anything else on. So let's go in. So do that. Take that off, and then now I'm going to use my Sigma small contour brush in F05. This is actually perfect for using this particular product, the cream product. I'm almost done. I've hit pan, so I think I'm going to pick up a new one when I go back home. So let's begin. So I'm going to pick up some product, nothing too heavy. I don't think I picked up very little bit. And then I take my mirror and I'm going to go in the hollows of the cheekbones lightly, and then across the forehead lightly as well. Right here. Get some more product, and then across the chin line. Yeah, so as you can see, bronzed up, fixed my under eye, done my concealer. So yeah, I'm ready to move on to the next step, which is a contour. So at the moment, in terms of contouring, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Mirage filter. I've got the color 40. It's really awesome. It's in this beautiful packaging here, and it says Marc Jacobs down the bottom. And you've seen this when I've been trying to look at myself in the mirror. And it's got 2 shades for contour, the light shade and the dark shade. So it's perfect for this. And because I don't want to go in too heavy with the contour, this is what I want to use. A powder one, not a cream one, to make sure that the contour looks light enough for the skin. Okay, so the first thing I do is I'm going to take that small contour Sigma brush I used before, and I'm going to go in with the darker shade. Any excess off, and I'm going to go into the cheekbones with it. Maybe that brush isn't the best, so I'm using the Sigma 5-6, the Accentuate highlighter brush with this lovely curved edge there, and I'm going to do that again. That wasn't the greatest. Take it into the product, the darker shade, and go over the cheekbones with it. And take a little bit more and go over the forehead with it to give some definition. There you go, look at the definitions coming through already. And then under the chin, now the next thing I do is I do a little contour of the nose. I don't like it to be too full. I've got quite I don't know how to describe my nose, fat nose I would describe it. It's not quite angular, it's quite squashed to my face, which is fine. So I only do a light one. So I take a small brush. This is a MAC brush. I don't even remember what it is. Maybe I can see it. 219. It's very thin and it's perfect for getting around the nose. So I take a little bit of the dark product, tap the excess off, and go in to the points of the nose. Let's try that again because I can't see. There we go. I try to bring a nice line. Okay, cool. So I'm going to actually go in with a little bit more around this point of the nose. So then I take my next brush, which is the tapered blending one from Sigma. You can see here that it's tapered at the end. It's E40, I believe, if you want to order off the website. It's a really, really good brush for blending it out. So I just take it and I blend it out from the nose so it's not like a straight line that you can see down my nose. Because with that, isn't that awful when you see the streakiness of your makeup? Don't worry, everyone's had that happen to them. I've been on the train and I've had streaks down my face because I haven't blended stuff out properly. So lesson here, blend out. So there you go. Okay, so now that I've got my contour, I'm going to take the Sigma small contour brush that I use for bronzer, go into the lighter shade, get off any excess, and then just go under the eye with this lighter color for brightening. I know I put a concealer on underneath, but it's nice for me to have it brighten. So I go down the bridge of the nose, and the chin area, and then just under the contour that I did. And then also I take it into the forehead space. So that is my contour. So then I take my Real Techniques base brush. This is awesome brush from Real Techniques, and it's like the all day, everyday buff in brush. So because I've just done a contour, I hate it not being blended into the skin, as I said before. So my trick here is to blend it really nicely in. So I'm going into the hollows of my cheek, making sure I've got no lines. I can see a bit of a line there. It's subtle, but it's still there, and I really don't like seeing it. Under the chin, across the forehead. I'm just looking up at the other mirror as well to see, because I've got brighter lights. Cool. So I think I have blended out my face pretty well. Right, so that is done. That's the contour. So next step is to do my eyebrows. So at the moment I'm using two products, and they're both from Anastasia Beverly Hills. One is the Brow Wiz in chocolate. So this is what I'm using at the moment. So I'm using a one that I finished with the spoolie and the broken one. So it's weird, but you know, I'm trying not to waste product. So first thing in is I try to brush my eyebrows back into shape. So I just like to brush them into place. Nothing too dramatic. So that's done. And then I take my product, which should be on one spoolie, and I just fill in. I like to bring them down quite far. I really like my eyebrows super thick. that's filled in. Bring that down a bit more. Okay, so I've done that part of my eyebrows, and then I go on with the second product, which is Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. I have the color chocolate as well, and I've also got a separate spoolie and applicator. So this is, I think, from Anastasia itself. Okay, so let's go into this. So I take a little bit of product onto the applicator, nothing too much, and then I go in and fill in any part. This is going to be a little bit more heavy than the brow is. So I outline and then I fill in my brows. A little bit more. I was a little bit light there, so a little bit more. And then for the other eyebrow. Quite dark. Okay. And I'm just going to brush them. And then I can see exactly where I'm sort of missing shape. There. Need a little bit more because I like my brows fairly thick and dark, as I probably said before. I just like them to be pretty heavy. So I just go like that to push it back into place, and I'm just going to wait for them to dry a little bit before continuing on with the next steps. I've also added mascara. I did that off camera because it's hard for me to film trying to do my mascara as well, so I did that off camera. The next step is for highlight. So it's one of my last steps. So I have the Dior Skin Nude Air Luminizer. This is a very, very subtle highlighter in this lovely pinkish color. And I prefer a subtle highlight here in Bali. I don't want to wear anything over the top. As much as I do love a blinding highlight, this is probably more practical for every day here. So I love Dior's makeup, as you can probably tell. So this is in my handbag every day, as long as the Chanel Le Beige. So I take a flat brush. I'm taking the Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter brush. Go in with the product. I'm pretty heavy-handed with this because it is so subtle. And you know, you can build this up to as much highlight as you want. So I'm just going to grab my mirror again and go in. As you can see, I'm building up. Off camera, I already added a little bit of highlight anyways. I didn't want you guys to spend all day watching me apply highlighter, so that's why I filmed a little bit off camera. Go in there. Oh, it's pretty blinding. I was gonna stick it into the wrong product. That would have been awkward. Down the bridge of the nose, the Cupid's bow, on the chin for me. I like it on the chin. Back onto the other side of the face, quite high up onto the temples. But I'm really building this up. I'll go in underneath the eye. I don't wear eyeshadow here, so this can kind of replace the eyeshadow with the highlighter under the eye. Gives something a little bit extra special. Ta-da! That's pretty blinding actually, for something that isn't blinding naturally. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually apply the Anastasia Beverly Hills clear gel on top. Use my mirror, get the hair out of my face. And we just go over the top. Just a little bit, you don't need too much. You just want to make sure the eyebrows stay in place. Now onto my last two steps. These are going to be just ultimately setting my makeup for the day. So the first thing I do is I take my favorite Cover FX matte setting powder in medium all over my face with a powder brush. This is an excellent powder. I like it because it's not just a translucent setting powder. They got a range of colors, I think 4 colors, including the translucent one, but I ended up opting for medium just to be different. I have setting powders that are translucent. I wanted to change it up. I love it so much, it stays in my handbag as well. And to top it all off, it has got the best way of making sure you do not get powder everywhere, especially if you're keeping it in your handbag. So it's got this lovely protector over the holes of the powder, so that's perfect. I do not know why other brands don't do this. So what you do is you pop it open, and there you go, you've got your powder. So I'm gonna go back over with my powder polish brush by Zoeva, take some product, not too much, that's a fair bit of excess there, and then tap it into the skin. Do not move the makeup around. You want to tap it into the skin so that you get this beautiful, beautiful finish to your makeup. All over. Look. I take it specifically around the nose where I know that I'm going to have some makeup come off during the day. So that's that. Okay, so the last step is a setting spray. I know you guys have heard me talk about the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and I'm still using it, and it was a repurchase, but I'm loving it. Let's get with it. And then just spray all over the face. Ta-da! Okay, so that is it. So I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna take you outside in some more natural light to see the finished look. Hi guys, I'm back. So I'm hopefully in better light so you guys can see the finished look. So I'll just go closer into my face. You can see a bit of a contour and a highlight. Hopefully you can see that it is a bit more blinding from here. You can see my nose contour, and you can see that my eyebrows are completely done. So everything is set and ready to go. No eyeliner today because I feel like it is a bit hot for a heavy eyeliner look. Maybe in the evening if I've got a date night with my hubby, I might do a full eyeliner look, but I wouldn't really do an eyeshadow as I said earlier. So yeah, that is my look. Alright, so that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me getting ready for my day-to-day Bali life. This is a very simple look. To me, it takes me 10 to 15 minutes to do it. I can do it really quickly if I'm in a rush and I'm not too worried about certain products. I often don't wear mascara every day, so that makes it a little bit easier. I may only choose to put one eyebrow product on. I just did it with two today just to give that full definition. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any tips for makeup in tropical weather climates, please leave it in the comments below. I am a newbie to this side of the world and doing my makeup here, so I'm hoping to have some more tips on how to do better makeup here. You guys probably have much better tips than I do, so yeah. But this is just what I do at the moment. So I hope you guys found this information useful. If you haven't already, please subscribe below. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys next time for my next video. Bye.